in this video is to expose the lying rhetoric that is peddled in the ministry of Straitway. The short answer is claiming to be the ones who do the deliverance ministry like no one else but us, that we can. As well as to get the idea, this ministry is the most advanced spiritually. Everyone must come to us. We have the truth. So again, that lie, that's what the devil does. When the demons are speaking through people, telling lies, they have to prove a lie. They can hold the truth and unrighteousness too, to play both sides of the fence. So you have to know who's talking and what they're talking about. The ins and outs, thoughts and intent. If you got people trying to hold back information and make you come to them for that information, especially when it comes to deliverance, spirituality, healing, deliverance, as well as the miracle signs and wonders, judgments in the inner works of the Ra HaKodesh. Well, the Most High is dealing with other ministries out there that people are not going to just go out there and tell everyone about, So, of course, we have a group of people saying you just got to come to us and only us because we're all that in a bag of chips. You may want to do your research first. Because if you have someone who's going to teach this to the rest of their leadership and act as if they're the best premier deliverance ministry in the world, that means you want to take a break, do your research for someone else, check them out first before you consider these people. Because a good chance that deceivers and liars and people who don't know what they're talking about are going to say statements like that. Because when they're trying to mass recruit people and get them for filthy gain and liquor, they're going to find the latest trend, jump on it, and peddle it as if it's the gospel truth. That's right, these people have to go out here and put spells on as many people as they can, bewitching them, deceiving them, enticing them, speaking to their flesh, their natural desires, such as manipulating the truth when it suits them. For example, preaching polygyny when it can pull people out of Christian churches, as well as to pull people from Hebrew camps and to make them think they're doing all things correctly. But when you get this major area right here, where people are going to be these so-called proverbial gatekeepers, Yahshua HaMashiach addressed that evil right then and there, even when he dealt with the Pharisees, who shut up the kingdom and raised up children twofold of Sheol, of Gehenna, as much as they are. So you have these people right here in a group, co-signing, running dirty, all together, who want to remain like that and don't want to get away from them, but remain with them. They're partakers of iniquity and evil. And furthermore, they are enemies of Yahweh Elohim. He gave what his people should be doing, And these people want to get up here and act as if they're the people and of the people, and keeping you from knowing what you need to know, especially when the power of the Ruach HaKodesh is known and may be manifested and duly shown in front of the congregation. For such men to come up here, play these kind of games to the Most High, especially with the Spirit, and to go into all forms of other evil, such as blasphemy, sodomite spirits, the occult, culticism, as well as abuse, Freemasonry, swindling, adultery, and other forms of evil. You got to get away from such and seek the Father in prayer if you need to lead you to a legitimate ministry that is serving Him. Because there is at least, for example, myself as a witness, who has been shown 2 other ministries where their leadership is more powerful, more anointed, more advanced and taught in the Word. And they don't just get up there and quote you 30 to 50 scriptures. They live that book. Oh yes, and let's not forget the fan favorite here, huh? Of one of these 2, I have heard they do homesteading better. And what I mean by that, community. How so? There's actual fellowship and brotherhood. The devil's not comfortable over there. And when people are having issues with the demons, whether they're new in the faith or they're just showing up in that person is going to preach and get the word. They're going to do deliverance. And contrary to religious spirits, they can do it in such a form of fashion to where it gets the devil, the people get delivered, set free, and whatever works of the devil is being used against them gets canceled in the spirit world and addressed. That way the people can grow in the faith and go into next levels of Kodesha, unto holiness, set apartness. So these people who want to be gatekeepers say they are the truth, that they have the way, and that they're living the life. You really have to listen between the lines and between the words, the thought and intent. If they're trying to say they are the Christ, the Hamashiach, the Messiah, or of Him, and they're doing the opposite of His will, get away from them, because they're operating underneath the hand of the devil, either the devil himself or at least one of his demons and principalities. From such who are even going so far as to play games and deny the power of the Ruach HaKodesh, from such turn away. Notwithstanding, there is this one last thing. There are 501c out there who are going to stay in the deception, and there are others who will consider, by those who pray and seek the Most High on their behalf for them, that they may receive the knowledge of the truth in this area. And then there are other groups out there of people, congregations, and the such, that in space of time may be ready to receive the knowledge of the truth in this area of the faith. So to sit up there, especially Corey Phillips, for example, to try to say that they're all of that in the bag of chips compared to these camps and these other assemblies out there, that's a broad paintbrush to paint there. And not forgetting the major detail here. See, If you're trying to withhold the knowledge of the truth from people, and you're trying to sit up there and say, oh yeah, this generation out here is just so wicked. They can't handle the truth. Word for word, verbatim, modern day translation, that's how the scribes and Pharisees talked. They're out there in their fancy garments, with their chins tucked up, their nice, posh, particular set of words and speech, and they're sitting there sharing out the kingdom of heaven and keeping people from coming out of their darkness into the faith and into repentance. Because that one publican, he beat his chest and didn't even look up and said, have mercy on me, a sinner. And that Pharisee looked at him and said, I'm glad Elohim has not made me like these kind of men. That man, that publican, who was sorry and sincere about his mistakes, he left justified. Well, that Pharisee, that hypocrite, that child of the devil, that vessel full of dead men's bones, was not justified, even though they looked the part. Yahshua HaMashiach had the Ra HaKodesh and was able to discern these snakes in the grass. So again, to get up here and say, oh yeah, everyone else out here is just so wicked, and we have the truth, we have the solution, we have the power. How's that working out for you? You can't stop what Yahweh is doing. And those who are serious about reaching out to people here, you could bring the knowledge of the truth to them. And if they don't hear you out first, either pray before or go pray afterwards. And if it gets dropped into your lap, bring it to them again. That way you're not sitting there playing games with people's souls, especially laying stumbling blocks to make them blaspheme the Ra HaKodesh. Because these men over here in Straitway, for what they're doing, the way they've been going over these months, and the spirits that you have been manifesting, the best thing you can do right now, if you're still in Straitway, either one of the home fellowships or one of the homesteads, either save up money, leave, because as it goes, quote unquote, with property rules, as soon as you step off that property, you're practically free. Even if they point their AR-15s at you, they don't have the right to actually execute you and such. They have to stand down because now you're in the public domain. And if they were to do that to you, they will be in trouble with the Most High first and foremost, then second with the law. So as soon as you get off that boundary line, you're practically a free person. And from the information going out, there are people out there who can help you. You call them, reach out to them, and they'll get you the support that you need. Second is, if you're among them and you're really trying to stay faithful to the Most High, and it's grieving you, even grieving the Ra HaKodesh in you, and you're just picking up in your spirit, continue to be faithful. And if it comes to the point where you say, but this right here, I can't do that, just as Daniel said, but pertaining to this, I can't do this. So when you're being tempted to do certain things such as X, Y, and Z, you just let them know, I can't do this. If they get mad and go rrr, and try to tear into you, just say, I just can't do this. No, thank you. All these other things I can do, but not this. If they kick you out, there you go. You're justified. And let's not forget, if it gets ugly, it gets hairy, the situation develops, and whoever you go on, forbid something happens to the leader of that homestead, or one of his, cronies, henchmen, goons, and the such, those who are willingly serving the devil and are ignorant of it, who are willingly ignorant of serving the devil, they're one of those submitted to the devil. So, with that, should something happen and, you don't have any authority over you, you can just leave and consider that place a failure. Something happened and you can't explain it, but you could just move on and continue from the faith by going to somewhere else better. And again, there are some ministries out there that are better than Straitway Truth Ministry. The Ruach HaKodesh is welcome there. You can sense the power coming through the screen and even coming from the person who's ministering the word and using them in different ways too. Because Straitway, right now, as it's been, sure, there's some areas of truth they have put out, but to what point? What is the thought in the tent? Because if they're sitting there trying to pull you in and keep you in, they're trying to keep you on the spiritual milk. Yep, spiritual babes. Even if you get introduced to deliverance, healing, deliverance, as well as helping people with salvation and some workings of miracles, there's ministries out there that do it better because they actually have love. Sure, I know what you're saying. I know what you're going to say on top of it too. But hear this out. Because you, the saints who are serious about the faith, are having love with each other. Sure, there's that right there. But you're in the wrong environment. You're clean fish in a pond that's contaminated, in a swamp, in a sewer. You need to be Kodesh somewhere else. Because over there at Straitway, it's just going down. It's going downtown really brown style. How did Kamala Harris show up in Straitway? Oh yeah, let's not talk about that, right? Because if anyone talks about that, they are X, Y, and Z according to CharlesDowell. You serve your cursing back into yourself in the name of Jesus. So again, Straitway, you've been there for how long? And now it's like this? If you're serious about the Most High, get ready to leave that place and move somewhere else better, because homesteading can be done, but that's not how you do it. You should know better than this. And again, there's other ministries out there where they serve the Most High. The Ruach HaKodesh is welcome there. And you can have sweet fellowship with the saints. Because if you really think about it, the 144,000, how are you going to get 144,000 people onto Straitway? Or even at least 100,000 people onto Straitway lands? Even when things hit the fan and world without law comes and everything else. How are you going to get these thousands upon 10,000s of people to just show up a Straitway and to mass convert? And the spiritual condition of the leadership now, especially the lies that they are peddling and trying to cram down people's throats, who's going to be around that? So again, don't bite off all the fruit that's rotting over there, because it just might make you sick and make you turn from the faith. You can look at some of the people over there the darkened eyes, the spirits of Leviathan of pride operating through those people, as well as anti-Messiah, where they're making you focused on X, Y, and Z instead of the faith. Then you have Ahab spirits. And let's not forget, if you're a workaholic for the wrong reason. Like, for example, you're being worked to the bones, down to the bones, and you're just bound. You're not actually developing the homestead. You're just being used like the people were being used in Egypt to work them to death. That's a particular spirit underneath Ahab. Oh yeah, let's not also forget spirits of Belial. See, your leadership, as well as those who are trying to be like them, should know better than to misrepresent the Most High, lie on the Most High, and say a bunch of lies in different shape, fashion, forms, such as saying, "It's that law, baby. We're gonna show them what's up." While they're sitting there breaking it and co-signing in a violation of the Torah against other saints. Oh yeah, let's not forget the popular statement, "Touch not Yah's anointed." Well, CharlesDowell's touching Yah's anointed, as well as others who are doing the same manner, such as Jordan Salmi, KGB, Corey Phillips, and some of these other people who have, it's hard for you to hear it, for your flesh, but you need to know. Some people who you are mixed with right there are the goats. They have departed from the faith and spiritually went out of the body of Hamashiach to clearly manifest they're not of us. So while they call themselves Israel, they are not Israel, because Yahweh knows those who are his. So therefore, come out from among them, my people, and be you separate, and he will receive you as long as you are faithful unto him, and be not like those who are his enemies, because these men, from the 3 preachers down to the leaders who remain there, they are enemies of the Most High, and they resist him by coming against the servants with their witchcraft and evil speech, as well as sending curses, and then training, convincing, and teaching others within the ministry to do the same measure of evil. Because if we were all on the same page as that was talked about over all these years, people would have to sit down, talk over this out, get the demons cast out of them, and move forward. But no, these people want to operate underneath religious spirits and keep you in physical bondage and spiritual bondage. And this work that needs to be done, sure, when rarely passed on, and he did a significant contribution to this work on this part, and how the Most High is going to deal with them, that's between them. But for the here and now, this work is progressing, and you're falling behind because you're wrapped up with a dead ministry. It's dying. It's on life support. It's only so much time left until it's said and done. So therefore, come out from among them and be you separate,